One of the modes that we are most excited for in WWE 2K22 is of course MyGM mode. It is a fan favorite that is now making a return with its own improvements. And today we are going to be learning a lot more about it, starting off with its brand new gameplay trailer. So let's take a look at it, break it down, check any things that you guys might have missed, and of course talk about all those details. Let's go ahead and take a look at the gameplay footage that we got for MyGM, and stay tuned as we will go ahead and break it down right after. We start off with Rey Mysterio making his entrance. We get our first look of one of the general managers, and that is Adam Pearce, followed by Sonya Deville getting involved and Stephanie McMahon. Stephanie then let us know that we are able to compete against other general managers and that we are able to select from Sonya Deville, Adam Pearce, and others, other being herself and Shane McMahon, and you could even create your own general manager, which is pretty cool. So I'm basically gonna be creating Teddy Long because that's who I want. Holla holla player. And everyone is gonna go one-on-one against The Undertaker on the main event. Might end up throwing a tag team match up in there too if I'm feeling lucky. Anyways, we get to see some of these general managers' special ability. These will be things that will come into play when the general manager gets involved in matches, because that is going to be a big thing for MyGM. We got Adam Pearce with the quote-unquote investigator ability, Sonya Deville with a Superstars GM, Shane McMahon with a Coast to Coast, and Stephanie McMahon with the McMahon Presence. Again, these are quote-unquote abilities or power-ups different between each GM, and they will play a big factor if you decide to have your manager interrupt a match and get involved. We then get into one of the selection screens, and there's a lot to take in on this, especially because we haven't played the game yet and we do need to learn about it. As we can see, this is a round 2 of the draft, pick number 3 for Monday Night Raw. You got the budget on the top right. Right under that you can see the roster pick so far with a lot of the superstars information. On the bottom right we get to see the roster breakdown. This let us know how many male, females, how many different type of classes or role superstars do we have. All of that could be seen when we are selecting superstars. Yeah, the main thing that we get to see is of course the cost of the superstar, the role that they play, either a babyface or a heel, what type of class they are, their popularity, and so on. Back to the left side, we see the draft order. Round 1, Rey Mysterio. For pick number 2, it was Becky Lynch going to SmackDown. For round 2, Roman Reigns is now about to get drafted to Raw. And right under that, we actually get some recommendations, and this includes some superstars yet to be revealed. To the new names that stand out right away, Dexter Lumis and Trent Seven, followed by Charlotte and Finn Balor. I actually really like that they have a recommendation section, because just in case we forget about a top superstar, looking at that might come in handy. Following up, Stephanie McMahon emphasized to keep track of your budget from one round to the next, as that is very important. We then get a glimpse of the free agent roster screen, featuring a lot of the superstars that we already seen, alongside some new faces and a lot of CAW which feature their own renders. You could then decide to sign any of these superstars for a certain amount of weeks for for a certain amount of money, all based on the stats that we can see. For the ratings page, there's definitely a lot of information to take in, but a lot of the important ones are highlighted, which is how much profit you made, how was your social media results, what was the total rating multiplier, the total fans in attendance, what was the change between last week and this week, ticket sales, and so on. This is ultimately going to be added into your budget, and you're going to have to work around it to create next week's show. For the rivalries, we can see what we are able to set up here, and I guess how and when they will actually end. So for example, The Miz versus John Cena will be in a rivalry all the way up to WrestleMania for the Universal Championship, and that matchup will end up being an Extreme Rules match. Once the rivalry is completed, we get to see the viewers match rating and who ended up winning at the end of it all. Things then get a bit more spicy as we get to see the GM Adam Pearce and Stephanie McMahon getting involved in Superstars matches to make the show even better, more interesting, and a bit more unpredictable. We of course get to set up the weekly show alongside some pay-per-view, or I should say premium live events. And something we learned from before, we could either simulate the matchup or we could actually watch it with the brand new spectator mode, and of course play the match and impact it however it is that you want. So there it is, that is the breakdown for MyGM trailer that just dropped, covering all those brand new details and some of the things that you might have missed. If there is anything else that you noticed but I didn't cover, let me know down in the comments below. Even more info will be revealed with the brand new ringside report, so stay tuned for more of that. Stay savage, watch another one of our recent videos being recommended to you right now, and I'll catch you on the next one.